Today we celebrate St. Francis of Paola. He founded a religious order at a young age and sought to revive the practices of the earliest monks. He was born in the southern region of Italy named Calabria. In 1416, his parents maintained a strong devotion to St. Francis and therefore his name. The boy's father and mother did not have too much wealth, but they passed on a rich spiritual heritage to Francis. He showed signs of remarkable spiritual life, following his parents' lead and accepting poverty as the path to holiness. When his father placed him in the care of a group of Franciscan friars to be educated at the age of 13, he made a personal decision to live strictly according to the rule of the Franciscans. After a year with the friars, he went back to his parents and made a pilgrimage to Assisi, Rome, and the historic Franciscan church known as the Porziuncula in Assisi. When the family returned to their hometown, Francis at the age of 15, Francis asked his parents' permission to live as a hermit like St. Anthony of Egypt. He slept in a cave, ate what he could gather in the wild, along with occasional offerings of food from his friends in town. Within 4 years, 2 companions joined him, and the townspeople assisted in building 3 individual cells for hermits. With approval from the local archbishop, this small group continued to grow into a larger order without compromising the young founder's insistence on penitential and primitive living conditions. They were first known as the Hermits of St. Francis of Assisi, and later renamed the Minimi, meaning the least. As a matter of fact, their seminary used to be right across the street from our seminary in Rome, where I studied. Francis and his monks were notable not only for their severe lifestyle, but for their strict diet, which not only eliminated meat and fish, but also excluded eggs, dairy products, and other foods derived from animals. Abstinence from meat and other animal products became a 4th vow of his order. He instituted the continual year-round observance of this diet in an effort to revive the tradition of fasting during Lent. Ironically, his pursuit of solitary communion attracted attention from a range of important figures, including European kings and nobility, as well as the Pope and some bishops. Some of the men regarded Francis as a spiritual leader in a corrupt age, while others may have been more interested in his gifts of prophecy and healing. He traveled to France at the request of Pope Sixtus IV, taking Nicholas, his cousin, whom he raised from the dead. There, the notoriously power-hungry King Louis XI was approaching death and was hoping Francis could prevent that from happening. Francis told the king bluntly that he should not fear the end of his life, but the loss of eternal life. At the age of 91, Francis sensed that death was approaching and returned to living in complete solitude for 3 months to prepare himself. When he emerged, he gathered a group of his Minimi brothers and gave them final instructions for the future of the order. He received communion for the last time and died on April 2nd, which was Good Friday of 1507. Pope Leo X canonized him 12 years after his death in 1519. Although the Minimi lost many of their monasteries in the 18th century during the French Revolution, it continues to exist today, primarily in Italy, and as I told you, just across the street from the of St. Bonaventure. Go visit someday. You'll be marvelously